Hey there, Workforce. Chris here, and today I'd like to talk a little bit about Destiny 2. Now, the first Destiny game did a lot really well, bringing FPS solidly into the MMO space, but they did leave a few things lacking, such as RP and some balance issues, and so they decided to wipe the slate this time around. So let's look at some good and some bad and decide whether or not you should be picking up Destiny as we come up on the go live date. Now I'll start with the bad, and I'll kind of explain each one. First, there are no custom games at launch. This is a big deal because last time they said there were no custom games at launch, no big deal, they would add them later, and it took years to add them. So you have to assume this time around, with how long it took them to implement certain features of the game in Destiny 1, that anything that is not available at launch may not come. You have to go in knowing that. That way you're not disappointed if it takes longer than you expected. And on that note, there will be no ranked play at launch. So this is just kind of putting me at a point that I don't know that you have to jump on board that day. There is some loot you get for pre-order that they say won't be available until December for people that don't pre-order, but outside of that, if you were going to pick the game up day 2 or day 90, you might as well wait and see what people are thinking. And the last major point against Destiny 2 is that you are truly starting over. This isn't like an expansion in a traditional MMO sense where you may call it a 2 or a 3 or a totally different name. This is actually a clean slate back to zero light, as if you'd never played Destiny 1 in the first place. And letting me keep my character in my skin is no big deal because I could create that again. It's the fact that I'm not picking back up exactly where I left off. I won't have any of my own old guns, and as we go into some of the good things, it'll make sense why they had to make this change, but I do count it kind of as a con. So let's go ahead and move on to some of those good things. The 4 new worlds look stunning. It is absolutely incredible what they've done, and the map interface is beautiful. The ability to jump from point to point without having to go back out to orbit is going to make this all much more enjoyable. So the fact that the world has so much depth in it is a good thing because you're hopefully going to be spending more time in it. Side quests, lost sectors, the ability to unlock multiple landing zones, so you're always interacting with the world in a little bit different way, is helpful because now that I don't have to wait in orbit, if my friends are off going, and getting a drink or whatever before they go live, I can say, he's going to be a little while. I'll go ahead and just jump down to the world and shoot things while I wait. Which brings us to loot updates. There are new gun types such as SMGs and grenade launchers, and this falls into the new system where you actually carry 2 primaries and a power weapon. Those primaries can consist of either kinetic weapons or energy weapons, which means that you could have an energy weapon to take down their shields and then a kinetic weapon to finish them off. Very, very cool. Now, for the sake of PvP, they will be using this to kind of balance. So you're going to see some things lumped in with power weapons for the sake of PvP, and that means in PvE you probably won't use them as much. Things like shotguns. They were overpowered in PvP, they're now a power weapon. But I don't know that that's going to keep up when I have a rocket launcher available to me. And the audience should be much larger this time around because it's no longer an Xbox exclusive. So if you've been looking to pick the game up on PS4 or PC, that is now an option. And with new players and new loot and a new world, of course we're going to be getting new subclasses. This means new special abilities for the existing classes and the new ones, new trees to explore as far as upgrading and how you customize your guy. A lot to really dive into. I don't want to speculate too much. I don't want to focus on the beta too much because they're still making tweaks and we are literally right around the corner from getting the actual facts. Now, yes, we did lose custom games for now, but PvP has undergone some massive positive changes. It's moved from 6v6 to 4v4, which will help them balance the maps, balance the play, make you feel better as an individual, and hopefully drop those match times because it takes less people to get into a game. Now, they are going to add 2 new modes, a Counter-Strike type game where you're planting a bomb or defusing a bomb called Countdown, and then a survival deathmatch game where you actually have limited respawns. These aren't new types to the genre of first-person shooter, but it's good that they're getting added to the existing modes that are in Destiny already. And they have promised that the content patches will be bigger, there will be expansions. They've talked a little bit about what those are going to be now that we have a new enemy, Gaul, and so the RP is supposed to be so much more in depth, more cutscenes and all of that. But honestly, those are all just words and line items. They can't show me gameplay because they can't spoil it. So I don't want to put too much confidence into what their term of a lot of content is until we see it, because it could just be mind-blowing. Developers have done that before. where they said it's a lot and it turns out to be almost overwhelming. And other times they've said it's a lot and it's like, well, you said 100 items, but you're kind of counting each item individually. It's more like 20 unique changes. So we'll just have to see what that content schedule looks like. If you do pre-order and you consider that kind of the different package levels, there are some that guarantee that you're going to be getting all those expansions as they come out. And the last big positive change is social. They've added things like clans in-game, different ways to kind of find parties so that hopefully more people will take part in Nightfalls. They talked about the statistics of people playing Nightfalls in Destiny 1, and it was kind of disappointing to see that more people didn't engage in that content. There's a lot of different kinds of public events and things going on there. So hopefully just across the board, there's a lot of variety in this, and there's a lot of multiplayer. One of the things about Destiny 1 is it could kind of feel lonely, which an MMO shouldn't feel. So hopefully both PvE and PvP will feel exciting and fast-paced, and you'll be able to find people exactly playing the game for the same reasons you are that you can hopefully make friends with. So with that list, even if you just count those, my big good items as single items, the good clearly outweighs the bad. So I would say if you're on the fence and you know you like Destiny, I would go ahead and pre-order. But since honestly they have a track record of not releasing content at a pace that I felt was fast enough, if I wasn't sure that I was going to be playing this game with Brian and I was the only one playing and I didn't know anybody else, I would probably wait. There's a lot of different ways to pre-order. There's a lot of ways to get in on this game, and we are right around the corner from getting to see footage on it. We have a lot of time between now and the holiday, so it may end up having a big push around that time. But I'd love to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments section below. Did you pre-order? Are you excited? I really am. I just don't want to tell somebody, yeah, this is totally worth that amount of money. Or are you going to hold off? Sometimes these games are worth kind of letting them patch out one content patch or so and jump in at that point. So definitely let me know. This has been Chris with Work to Game. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Hey, it's me. Thanks so much for watching this video. You should click over here to see more videos just like it, or you should click down here to check out our recent vlog. But you can also click somewhere down here below to hit the subscribe button, as well as check out our other info. Again, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.